Hi everyone, this is Jessica L'Whor here, and I'm here with Ask a L'Whor. This is my 15th Ask a L'Whor, so that's pretty exciting. 15, it's like an anniversary episode or something like that. No, I'm really excited. Today's a really great day. We're here on Wednesday, which is early. It's filming it very, very early, but I'm on my way to host the benefit for the Blankenship brothers. So if you're in town or anything like that and you don't normally come out on a Wednesday, this is a great benefit to raise money for two individuals that constantly show support for the community and are giving back, and it's our time to give back to them. Subscribes on the YouTube channel have gone up. People are viewing more my videos, so there's something that you all like about what I'm doing a little bit. And I just want to jump right into questions so that we can get this thing going. So my first question is from a good friend of mine, and it says, so if your friend supports a bar that illegally discriminates and doesn't allow certain people into their establishment based on gender identity, is it okay to delete and block them from your life and Facebook? Okay, so this is based off of the information that you provided me, and I'm trying to take it from a perspective of my own, and this is my opinion. So, devil's advocate. The one side of things are that if they are if you're very good friends, you can get to this point where you agree to disagree, and maybe it's just something that you don't have conversation about, and although you disagree, and it's maybe not the best, what's the word that I'm trying to think of? Let me start over. You have this friend. If you're very, very good friends, you can agree to disagree. You're not going to always have the same morals, values, understanding, and although you may be in the right, which I'm in the right with you on this sense, that if a bar is discriminating against anybody, I personally would choose not to go to that establishment, do gigs at that establishment, anything like that. That's just not what I'm about, okay? It's kind of like what I think about with certain family members. I can't change their opinions. I can't change their ways. I can stand up for certain situations. And I would do the same thing with a very good friend. On the other hand, I would not have very good friends that don't share those same ideas and everything like that. It's one thing to disagree, in my opinion, and it's another thing to just know what's black and white, right and wrong. And if that were the case and this person was constantly kind of throwing this idea in my face, and they kind of believe that, and they support other aspects that are discriminating, or other establishments or anything like that, I don't know if I would go as far as of deleting them off of Facebook or deleting them from my life, but maybe it's that slow disassociation with that person, and kind of being the bigger person by agreeing to disagree. They're not going to change, and at the same time, I think that blocking somebody on Facebook or deleting them people on Facebook for anything is kind of, I don't want to say childish, because I've done it and there's certain like reasons why I do it or anything like that. But if you haven't had a conversation with this person and it's just turning into more of a conflict, I would recommend slowly disassociating. So maybe delete them off Facebook if they're constantly posting stuff about this establishment and they're not necessarily respecting the fact that you can agree to disagree, especially if you've approached them, maybe not from your life. I personally have a hard time deleting people that I even hate, and I don't hate many people, but people that I don't like or people that have wronged me, I have a hard time deleting them from my life as it is. And so I would recommend having a conversation with them first, see where that person falls within your life, and if this is somebody that you want to continue to be friends with and that you see value in the relationship that you currently have with them, and then make your decision based off of that. Whether that is deleting them from Facebook, but maybe they're part of your life. Maybe it's coming to an understanding or a compromise. I don't know if you can compromise necessarily in this situation with that person, or you just completely cut them out and you say, hey, this is toxic to me. I would rather just end it now and then continue to find other people that kind of respect what I want to respect and have that kind of relationship with them. So I hope that answers your question. If not, please comment below with more information or if you'd like clarification so I can answer your question better. Your second question is, where do you get all of your wigs? And synthetic hair hybrids or natural hair wigs, what do you use and suggest on pricing, websites, and any info? When I first started out in this kind of transition, I almost didn't find value in wigs or hair, if that makes sense. I figured cheaper was better. Didn't really look at any of the requirements or characteristics of the wigs, so if they were full, if they were synthetic, if they were colored, if they had bangs, anything like that. And as I learned more about wigs and I asked questions, I actually had a really positive experience with Angelique Sanchez. I have a bunch of her wigs, and it's because it's not only the best mixture of amazing quality and amazing price. She has the hands down best customer service I've worked with. I literally sent her pages of questions when I first was learning about wigs, and she was never rude. She never came off angry over Facebook or anything like that. It's because I knew nothing. She worked with me. She helped me understand the difference between wigs and why it was this much. And so I ended up finding a value in paying more for an expensive wig when I could learn more about a wig, or if the person was able to describe to me why it was important. And so I get most of my wigs now, my sculpted wigs, from Angelique Sanchez, whereas, and someone's calling me, I'm not going to answer it, so we get a little background music. Whereas I get a lot of my wigs from Amazon, started trying out bobby pins, Wigs is Grace, Wigs is Fashion. So I'm one of those people that I like testing out wigs and websites before I buy a bunch from them, so I'll find one that I can manipulate even if I don't like it and figure out how I'm going to use it to the best of its ability. I don't buy all human hair. I don't think it's necessary. I think most of mine are mixtures. That's how much I know about the wigs that I buy. I'm more so like if I like what it sees and it doesn't look too fake. Gosh, this is just turning into a mess. Then that is how I purchase my wigs overall. Price-wise, I have wigs that range from $5 to $250. So it just depends on the wig, the color, the style, if it's lace, if it's not lace, how many wigs are in there, if it was sewn in, if they were clipped in, just depends. Good question. The last question I'm going to answer is, what is one skill that you felt was a weakness in the beginning of your drag career and you worked on to turn into a strength? So there are so many things that I'm still working on, that I'm constantly working on, that I think are weaknesses that I wanted to be strengths. And one specifically was, the one weakness that I had was willingness to explore padding, maybe is how I can word it. So when I started out, I almost refused. I was like, I am never going to pad. I refuse to pad. It's not going to be my thing. I don't want to be that thing. I think it's so fake. And after doing it for a while, I finally tried it because I did a flip-flop show, and so I had to try it because that other queen padded, and the queen that usually padded went unpadded, so it was kind of a mixture of that. And a strength that I've gone into is exploring my willingness to analyze why I used to not do things and analyze them more on the positives of how can I do it my way so that I enjoy doing it. And so I really got into body image and exploring padding, not padding, hiding my pads so I still had the shape but you couldn't see my pads, or wearing a chest plate, not wearing a chest plate, and so being comfortable exploring with body shapes and sizes, as well as my willingness to analyze other things that I refused to do and now I do all the time, but I make it my own, and I kind of correct the things I didn't like to make them things that I do like. So I hope that answers your question. I loved all of those. I want you all to please comment below on any kind of questions that you have. If you want me to just talk about anything or my opinions on anything as well, that's why I'm doing this. It's really why I enjoy doing this. Keep subscribing to my YouTube channel. Find me on Facebook and like my page. Find me on Instagram at @the_L.whor. All of these pages are also in my comments. I look forward to the next set of questions, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye!